What's up, YouTube? Let's walk through one of my chest and delt days from my new massing mesocycle. So if you're looking to build muscle in the upper body, specifically the chest, the upper chest, and your shoulders, the lateral, the rear, the front, this could be an effective workout to help you do that, especially if you have it based around a mesocycle that focuses on your priorities and is constructed in a way that's productive in maximizing the results that you want out of whatever areas you need to prioritize at the moment. So with that said, I'm going to walk you through the entire workout. I'm going to narrate as we go. Let's go ahead and get started. This is going to be more of a free weight style workout. Now these days it's what's optimal is machines, so don't ever do fucking free weights. No, that's absolutely incorrect. Of course there is better stability with machines. It doesn't suddenly mean that only ever do machines. Hopefully that's obvious, but of course it isn't. So we're starting with a flat barbell here. My other chest day and delt day is all machine focus, and here it's more free weight. These are warm-up sets. So I just did the bar. I did 135 for 5 reps. I did 185, which you just saw at the beginning, for 3 reps, and this is 210 for 2 reps. The purpose of the warm-up set is to acclimate you to your starting weight, and that's basically it. So you're not trying to fatigue yourself in any way. You don't want to get a massive pump before you start. I've got my first working set here with 225. My goal was to hit 5 or 6 reps. Look at the cadence. Watch. 1, 2, and 2 to 3 seconds on the way down. Again, 1, 2, and that is basically the last rep. You'll notice the bar speed slowing down tremendously. This right here was a 1 RIR. I could have squeezed out one more rep before I'm at a 0 RIR, but I don't need to. On a massive compound like this, hitting failure is not only not necessary, but it will induce massive amounts of fatigue for very little return on investment for that fatigue. Whereas if you stay a few reps away from failure with a heavy enough load, then you'll be fine. You'll stimulate plenty of growth. Now, what I did after that first top set is these 2 back off sets for a total of 3 sets for bench. And again, the cadence remains the same, so I can standardize my form, track it accurately, and know if progressive overload is occurring. I got 7 reps on that, and I would put that in as either a 1 or 0 RIR, and then I finish off this set on the bottom end of my rep range for this third and final back off set here, okay? The rep range I'm aiming for is 5 to 8 on this particular movement, and 3 sets, I'm moving on to the next one. The rest time is going to be about 4 minutes between each of these sets. Again, trying to standardize every variable I can here to keep things consistent week to week. And that way, you'll notice I pause on everything, take momentum out of it completely, and that way I know each week, if and when I am progressively overloading, that it's not that I appear like I am because I'm suddenly bouncing the bar a little more, using momentum. No, it's legitimate gains occurring, either strength, hypertrophy, or both. Moving on, 2 sets of a low incline dumbbell press. Again, look at the standardized form. We're talking 2 to 3 second eccentric. 1, 2, 3, with a pause and press. Now, obviously, I could just grab the hundreds, bang out a set of 6 to 8, or even 2 sets of 6 to 8, and the form could look decent. The problem is I won't be pausing, so I won't be standardizing the form. The eccentric will start to break a lot easier. Again, some momentum on the bottom using the stretch reflex. This, unfortunately, but perhaps fortunately, forces you to humble yourself, drop the ego, drop the weight. So I'm only using 80 pounds here, which for me is quite light, but I'm getting, I believe I got 9 or 10 reps on that first set. The rep range for these 2 sets is 6 to 10. I did hit failure on the first set, which is fine. I was okay with that. And again, look at the form, standardized. And this, while it humbles you at first because you have to lower the weight, it's that much more rewarding and that much more exciting to see if you've actually progressed, because once again, you'll know it's legitimate progression week to week. So you can be confident in knowing I actually increased the weights. I spent years in the gym increasing weight time and time again, only to hit an injury, have to restart with slightly improved form. I did that enough times until I'm finally at the form I am at now, which will minimize your risk of injury, maximize results, maximize stimulus. After 2 sets of the incline dumbbell, we move on. By the way, the lighting in my gym is not this dark. I manually switched the ISO here just to play around with it. You'll see a more accurate representation of what the lighting looked like in the next set of this. But anyways, we've got cable flies. This gym doesn't have good chest machines that work for me. To be honest, it doesn't have good machine selection in general so much. My other gym that I go to, where I have my alternating workouts on, has a huge variety of machines, amazing machines, which is why I choose most of my workouts that base solely around machine work to be done at that gym. But I like the fact that I'm including free weight exercises as well throughout this mesocycle. So in this case, moving on to a more stable exercise based on the options I have at this gym, a standing cable fly, which you'll notice the cue there as I come down, standardized form. My cue is to open the chest. So I'm literally stretching my shoulders back. Pop out the rib cage is kind of the cue I'm going for. Keeping the arms relatively close to my sides there. Taking the triceps out of it with the massive elbow flexion. And pushing through, only extending my arms at the very end. This one, the rep range is between 12 and 15. I believe here I basically hit 1 RIR at 15 reps. Absolutely deadly burn. Now you're going to see the lighting in the gym is a lot more favorable here. And a little closer up shot. I'm doing 2 sets, and this finishes off my chest work. So I'm not hitting chest. Actually, I'm recording this the next day after this workout, and chest is relatively sore. Definitely accumulated some damage, some fatigue. My shoulders are sore. And so I get to rest now. I did a workout today. I'm resting tomorrow completely. I got 2 more workouts, rest again. And then I'm hitting chest on Saturday. So this was Sunday. I don't hit it until Saturday. So again, it's technically twice within 7 days. But the volume here is 6 total sets, or 7 total sets rather. Which for me, I am accustomed to higher volumes, and chest is my normal is my top priority out of all the muscle groups. So I am erring it on the side of a slightly higher volume to start. If I need to adjust, I will. But so far from my starting of the mesocycle, my soreness has dissipated within many days, and I feel totally fresh hitting the chest. So my volume, if anything, might be able to go up as the mesocycle progresses. Now, finishing off the delts, now that we're done, 7 sets of chest, we're done. We're moving on here to lateral cable fly, and you'll notice, again, keeping the eccentric controlled, slight pause at the bottom, bringing it up, and even trying to slight pause at the top. Now from these angles, these ones here, you're gonna see in the later angle what it actually looks like, but from these angles, it looks like my hand is higher than my elbow. That wouldn't be a good thing, but that's not what I'm doing, okay? It just appears that way from these sort of upward looking angles. My arms actually look pretty decent in this angle, which I'm happy about. Got a little pump going finally, but check this out. You see that cuff on my wrist? That cuff changed the game for me on this particular exercise because the weight I'm doing here is 22.5 pounds, and it's pretty heavy. I'm aiming for 6 to 12 here, so I give it a wider range because increasing weight on a isolation like this, here's a more accurate representation of what the exercise looks like, my form. By the way, I'm doing 3 sets of this one here, 6 to 12, like I just mentioned, and I'm pushing to failure on the last 2. And you'll notice here, actually, this is my last set. I skipped ahead a few sets. You're gonna notice I hit failure coming up, and then I do about 3 to 4 lengthened partials right here at the end. So that was basically failure on my elbows dropping. So I push 1, 2, and I get 1 more here, I believe, 3. Lengthened partials absolutely toast out the lateral delt. Tons of tension, and that's basically it for that. But that cuff really helps take the wrist out of it. With that amount of weight that I'm using, it's really the wrist becomes a limiting factor. So getting one of those cuffs like on Amazon like I did will go a long way. Finishing off the workout here is going to be a little bit more lateral, but also a little bit of rear delt work. Now I don't absolutely hammer them here. I'm just doing 2 sets. Keep in mind, rest time between all these exercises is about 3 minutes minimum. The first few exercises was closer to 4, maybe even 5 minutes, the odd time. But one like this, I'm doing somewhere between 10 and 12 reps, 10 and 15 reps. And once the form starts breaking, I'm going to lengthened partials on both of these, okay? And again, I'm not toasting the rear delts too much because the next day, which was today, I hit calves and back. And on my back, whenever I'm hitting my rowing, the line of pull is similar to the exercise you're watching here. And so my rear delts get even more work the next day, which is good because, again, delts is about 4th priority on my list, which is pretty high up. So this toe sit, I'm going to rest a bit, do another set till failure with some lengthened partials, and that is the entire workout. This workout took somewhere in the vicinity of an hour to an hour 15, but that is including that I had to set up the camera, I filmed, so maybe rest times did extend slightly. After this, I finished off with about 300 to 400 calories of cardio on the Stairmaster, particularly in this case, and that's it. That is how I blast my chest and delts. Now, volumes are relatively low to start, but that's a good thing. As I just started the mesocycle, the point of the mesocycle is you never want to start with crazy volumes. You want to start moderate to low, and then you want to build up from there, which is precisely what I'm doing. So starting moderate to low, I'm only in on week 2 of this meso. It's planned out to be 12 weeks. And so for that, I'm going to gauge how progress goes over the coming first 4 to 8 weeks and adjust as I may need to along that path. So by the end of the meso, things could look quite a bit different than by the beginning. Like, for example, if you watch the video that I discuss how I actually go about creating my mass phase and this first meso, I've already changed the workout split. The split was initially chest and delts, quads, hams, and glutes, rest, arms, forearms, and abs, and then to finish off, calves and back, rest, and repeat the whole split. So 6-day split, but I already changed that, and I switched the leg day and the calves and back day. So actually, I start with chest and delts, the next day is calves and back, then I rest, then I hit arms, forearms, and abs, and then I finish off with legs, quads, hams, glutes, then another rest day. So I've already altered the split slightly, just based on what I realized fatigue-wise makes more sense. But as far as actually switching volumes, switching the frequency within the microcycle itself, okay? So whether reducing a rest day, taking one out, adding one in, all that type of stuff, that's gonna take a few more weeks to see how I'm recovering, plus adding calories in over time, how I'm feeling. Maybe I can increase volumes on certain muscles, maybe I need to decrease some on certain ones. So all of these things take a couple of weeks just to calibrate effectively. And so that's what I'm doing. And this is one of 2 chest and delt days that I have for this mesocycle that I'm running. I will definitely record and show you the next one, which is, like I said already, all machine based. And there's a little bit more delt work on that one as well, simply because from all the free weights that I did here, that front delt definitely takes a big beating. It's going to, because of neuromechanical matching and just because of my biomechanics with free weights versus the machines that I end up using on the other workout, I do feel my delts do get a lot more sore. They get a lot more stimulated, and during this workout as opposed to the other one. So I'll get you the other one as well. I do a little bit more direct delt work, which basically just equates to 1 shoulder press set till failure at the very end. But yeah, it's all machines, very cool machines, diverse machines, and it's probably my favorite chest workout that I've had in a long time. But this is the other one. I've got alternating workouts for each week. So it basically goes my chest day I'll hit at this gym here, Sky Fitness. And then the next week, I'll start the split by hitting chest day at my other gym, which is Powerhouse. And then I alternate. So for example, this time I did chest day at Sky, which you just watched. And then today, which is the day after this workout, I just did my calves and back day at Powerhouse. Then I rest tomorrow, probably hit the condo gym, whatever. I'll also record my rest days for you. And then I go back to Sky for my arm workout, back to Powerhouse the next day to finish off with legs. And then I repeat the split and switch the alternate days. So I finish off at Powerhouse leg day, I rest, and then I start chest at Powerhouse. And then I do calves and back at Sky Fitness. Then I rest, then I do arms at Powerhouse. So because I have the versatility of 2 absolutely amazing gyms, which I love them both for different qualities, I have structured different workouts for each of them. So I have plenty of flexibility, plenty of variation, which I like. It's an asynchronous split, which means every single week is literally different for the remaining 12 weeks. And I love that. Keeps things fresh, keeps things fun for me. And this is basically my current chest and delt day. If things change quite dramatically for this day specifically, then I'll just go ahead, re-record and show it to you again. So I hope that you found the video helpful. If you have any questions or if you want to give this a shot, comment below and I'll be happy to respond and help you tweak it maybe better to your goals. But again, I highly recommend that you watch my mass phase setup, which is just a couple videos ago from this, where it basically says my plan to build 10 pounds of muscle. You can go ahead and check that out, and it will help you understand how best to structure an entire massing phase to maximize and prioritize the areas of your physique of which you need to. I'm lucky in saying that my physique needs to prioritize chest and arms and delts, which to me, and I'm sure a lot of guys out there would agree, are the fun muscle groups. And legs and back are my strong points. So, you know, those can get thrown on maintenance volume and they're still gonna grow anyways. Like I just did calves and back today. And by the way, I have to show you that workout because starting with calves, actually my calves were sore for almost an entire week just off 4 high intensity sets at the beginning of a workout. I've never done calves to start a workout alone, especially an upper body workout. And the stimulation seems to be so far greater than I could have even expected. Just from 4 sets to absolute maximum intensity, my calves were basically sore until today. In fact, they were a little sore still today, and I hit calves again and blasted them. So definitely not looking forward to tomorrow as far as the soreness goes, but it's also probably just a novel stimulus because I am not used to hitting calves and prioritizing them this much. So excited to see the changes that elicits. I'm sure that they will be pretty fucking good. So with that said, this is what things are looking like, and hope you enjoy following along with the mass phase. As always, if you want help maximizing your training and getting all the programming done by me with coaching alongside of it, either on the nutrition or on the training front, click the links in my bio. You can check out a free trial of my training teams, my programs, or you can jump into the nutrition monthly programs, get help setting up your mass phase nutrition with you in combination with jumping on a training team, or you can jump in one-on-one coaching with me and I'll just personalize it all directly to you 100%. We'll have a call and we'll break it all down. And by the way, if you want to track your workout to maximize your progressive overload, like I do here with precision, with understanding exactly how to gauge intensity with proper rest times, with standardizing form and ensuring that progress is predictable and consistent, then make sure you check out the free physique tracker that I use to do all this. Highly recommend it if you don't have a system in place to absolutely track and maximize every component of building your best physique. And on that note, if your goal is to build your best physique all natural, then make sure you subscribe, like, comment, share. Thank you so much for watching as always. I will see you in the next one. I'm out.